penultimate decision that he is going to have to come to within Arc 9 of ReZero is going to forever change the landscape of ReZero, and it won't be the same series we know and love. In today's video, I want to go in on the current events taking place within Arc 9 of ReZero and go a bit into the theory crafting, more specifically the Great Reset theory and what that's going to offer for Subaru and how the main cast is going to inevitably have to deal with the decision he is going to have to make based on the current events that are taking place. On top of this, give my predictions for this current phase and this current arc, and overall theorize what this is going to penultimately lead to for Subaru's character. So if you're into ReZero, you love Arc 9, you love the stuff that's going on right now, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And anyways, let's just go ahead and get right into this video. One more thing that I would like to mention that I forgot is recently I made a channel membership. A couple of the benefits include some ReZero emojis. You can have a direct impact on what my next videos are going to be. I'm going to post polls and stuff like that, and I'll answer any question you have about ReZero, the lore, or any character explanations that you need, things you're confused about. But yeah, I'm about to go back to college, and if you want to help out a broke college ReZero fan, all the support would be appreciated. Thank you, and anyways, let's just go ahead and get right into the video. The link is in the description. Let me preface this with saying obvious Arc 9 spoilers ahead for the current phase, but within recent chapters, we have finally got the full revelation of the damage Petra has inevitably done. That being that when she made the agreement with Klein from a couple of phases ago, it was not just any ordinary agreement. We are seeing the damage that she is going to accumulate and that she is going to take, all in return for her to become the Witch of Melancholy. So yeah, Klein shared his authority with Petra at the cost that she swears off things that she will never do. In terms of her character, this is genuinely very good writing by Tappei. We are watching Petra self-sacrifice her entire childhood as she has been progressively through the last couple of chapters, especially within chapter 43, ramping up the things she is going to have to sacrifice. Starting off with simple things all the way up to I swear I will never sing, I swear I will never read a book again, all these type of things, all for the sake of our main character who is currently trapped by Al, Natsuki Subaru. This mixed with a couple of other pretty permanent decisions that we are seeing, such as Otto getting his memories eaten, are going to leave Subaru with quite the decision whenever he gets back from Al. I would like to know also your guys' thoughts on a certain situation with Subaru. That being, do you think he will make it to the geyser? Do you think Al will actually get to throw him into the geyser? Let me know in the comments below, but obviously Subaru is going to come back in some sense. I mean, there's still a couple arcs of ReZero left, and he is the main character. So the question begs, what will Subaru choose? I think it is this theory and this penultimate question that Tappei is leaving for our main character, Natsuki Subaru, that is going to leave us with a riveting character moment for him. We are going to see, did Natsuki Subaru learn at the end of Arc 8? And I think Al is going to look at this too and see what Subaru's answer is ultimately going to be. As we know, at the end of Arc 8, Subaru ultimately decided to not sacrifice himself and return by death so he could save Priscilla, which in turn left Al devastated and is what ultimately set off the events of Arc 9. For a character moment and a series moment, this was genuinely amazing. We saw Tappei directly confront and finally cast aside Subaru's hero complex that had been talking about all the way back from the very beginning of Arc 7 of the series, in which we had the whole thing of the amnesia version of Rem telling Subaru that he is not a hero and that he basically has a hero complex. I mean, we literally have the chapter titled Self-Proclaimed Hero, Natsuki Subaru. So ultimately, it is this character complex and this theme of Subaru's character that I think it is what Arc 9 is leading up to. Because mind you, we have a character such as Petra, who is losing all of her life, who is essentially throwing away her soul just so for the sake of Subaru. And on the other hand, we have a character like Otto, who has lost his memories and forgotten everybody around him. But then on the other hand, we have a character such as Rem, who has finally gotten her memories back and is finally back to form. So the question is, what will Natsuki Subaru choose? Will he choose to let the world play out in the events that it is playing out, or will he use his fate-defying ability to rewrite history and right his wrongs, but at the sacrifice of the love of his life, or maybe I shouldn't say the love of the life, but the pillar of hope he has been searching for and yearning for this whole time, in which both of which answers and choices are inherently extremely selfish. As for what I think Subaru will ultimately choose, I think he will go back on his climax with Priscilla at the end of Arc 8, and I think Subaru will go against what he was told and will Pen ultimately return by death and reset. This is for a couple of reasons. The main one being I just can't see Rem being a mainstay within the story as she is right now. I know this has been the main goal of ReZero for very long now. The past couple of arcs have basically been Subaru going on a journey, well, at least Arc 6 was, up until Arc 7, to get Rem's memories back and actually make her the person she was. So I could be wrong in this aspect, and I could see Subaru sacrificing Petra and letting things go by, how the world was changed, and just moving forward as it is. But like I said, I just don't see Tappei allowing this for Subaru's character. If I could give a definitive answer on what would happen, I would. But unfortunately, I'm not Tappei Nagatsuki, so I can't. I just lean to the idea that he will reset to save Petra and Otto, in which maybe he does prove whatever plan Al is going for right now, but I see Subaru doing it regardless. All I know is I am so excited for the character moment that this is bringing us to. But what if this does go the other way? Where does ReZero go as a series, and what happens with the characters like Petra? Well, obviously, as the events are unfolding, it seems Petra is going to be left in a vegetable-like state, almost as akin to Rem and Petra essentially switching roles. On top of this, Otto will be someone who does not have his memories. So where does Natsuki Subaru go from there? To that, I'm not exactly sure. As we know, the next arc is the Royal Capital arc. There could be a lot of jurisdiction and judicial factors to it. I think Subaru will be at conflict with the kingdom in order with what to do with Al. And on top of this, I think he will be going and searching for things to do about, Petra and all these other people, if it does go that route, and vice versa if it goes the route of, Subaru resetting. I think the fact that the next arc is something such as the Royal Capital arc is inherently indicative of that Subaru is going to probably reset. I just can't see the story going where it is now, and all these turmoil events, and then let's say Subaru does beat Al, for example. He gets out, they win, and the next arc just goes to just the Royal Capital where Al is probably going to be put to trial or something along those lines within there. I just don't see that happening flat out. I think Subaru will reset and essentially pin Al, and then from those turn of events take him to the Royal Capital, stopping him, preventing it before everything goes down. But I could very well be wrong. So I'm not 100% sure. Where do you guys think it is going to go with that? I think that Subaru is going to reset, preemptively stop Al, and essentially take him to the Royal Capital. But then again, I could be extremely wrong. Al could still do very well everything that happens right now. Subaru ultimately decides not to reset, and Al goes to the Royal Capital and gets put on trial or under jurisdiction with all the events and turmoils that he has caused. And if all these theories are true, that Al is Subaru, or that they are the same soul, or the same, vessel of Flugel within a sense, Subaru's conflict with him will be even more interesting. A couple of other things I would like to make noteworthy is Klein being Dragonkin caught me off guard. That surprised me quite a bit. I did not see that coming, honestly. It's going to be really cool to get some more exposition on a character like him, because obviously not only is he Dragonkin, but he is Dragonkin to Volcanica himself. I also can't wait to see the official design of the horns coming out of his head, because the fan art of that has already literally just been amazing. Also, another thing with the most recent chapter, Arc 9, Chapter 43, many people thought from the previous Chapter 42 that Ram's last name was Mathers, but again, that was just another decoy. She did not marry Roswaal. So that is leaving us with two ultimate options. Either she just married a random person that Gluttony has no idea who, or option B, she is probably in some sort of way the reincarnation of the Oni god. I'm hoping it's two, because that would be way cooler than one, but I also do think it would be a bit of a funny gag if it was just one, but again, I hope it is two. Another thing I would like to talk about is, wow, Al is not Pride. I was so wrong within my, theory of that. I low-key was a bit convinced there that Al was most likely going to be Pride, but within the last couple of chapters, we have full-blown confirmation that he is 100% not Pride. Hindsight's 2020, looking back on it, I mean, yeah, it wasn't obvious, but it was clear if you did enough digging. I just didn't. I got a bit ahead of myself for the theory's sake. As for Heinkel though, so many good character moments. Like, he has just been amazing as of lately. Heinkel's character complex of being stuck in the middle of two contrasting generations, being Wilhelm and Reinhard, his son, two pillars of hope, two of the strongest people within the world is just so good. And I love that Heinkel is not an offensive attacker. He is somebody who just gets beat. He gets beat, and then counters. The durability thing really is something to know, and Heinkel probably does have some sort of authority or ability going on that has not fully been revealed. Nobody really knows what exactly Heinkel is, except maybe Al. But yeah, so who is Pride? I mean, I don't know. It could literally be anybody. I'd love to say that whoever Pride is not aware that they're Pride, but I don't even know if that's possible. Maybe Heinkel's Pride in some sort of way, but I've seen a lot of theories on that too, but I'm honestly just not 100% sure. These theories really start getting very cracked. I think Heinkel being Pride would definitely be an interesting theory though, considering again his conflict with Wilhelm and Reinhard being akin to somebody who is literally a sin would be very good. But Petra being the Witch of Melancholy is just so weird to hear off of my tongue. Like, that is an insane thing to think. But yeah, that's how I feel about all the other stuff going on right now within Arc 9. I think Rem being back is also very good. I really like her character moments. I missed her character. Rem is a character that is extremely underrated. Another thing that I'm really hoping forward to and hoping we get more of within Arc 9 is I really do hope we get more of Amelia's character and we get some more exposition. The moment she had with Al within the last phase in which she fought him a bit and started feeling tension within her heart and anger was very good. I've seen a lot of slander of her character lately and it kind of sucks to see, but Tappei really hasn't focused on her, I feel like, in a really long time, so people forget, it's bound to happen. Also, Roy being center is really amazing. I can't stand gluttonies, they're so annoying. But him fighting henceforth has been really good. He's really interesting. The fact I can't stand them just makes it all the better because when they get beat and hit, it's just beautiful. Yeah, that's how I feel about all the other stuff going on right now within Arc 9. How do you guys feel? Let me know in the comments below. As for my predictions for the future, as for what I think is going to happen and how this phase is going to end, I think we are going to spend the rest of this phase with Al's team seemingly getting beat and losing for the end of the phase to leave us on a cliffhanger with Al pulling out just another trump card in which he is able to get away, reset, or do something. I'm not really sure how much longer that this phase is going to go on, considering Tappei, probably wants to keep it a bit short and doesn't want another Arc 7 on his hand. We are probably going to only get 2 more phases after this one. Maybe 3. I could be wrong, but who knows? And like I said, as for how I think the arc is going to end, I really do think that the Great Reset theory is going to come into effect. And I really more and more, I can't see Tappei ending this in any other way than Subaru being left with a penultimate decision on if he is going to stay and keep this current vision of Rem, or if he is going to reset to save Petra and Otto, and whoever is going to get caught up in the turmoil as this arc progresses. I think what we end up seeing and what events end up unfolding within the next couple of phases and chapter are really going to make us be able to pinpoint on this theory more and more and give a definitive answer as for what Subaru is ultimately going to choose, because it is going to get to a point probably where Subaru his decision's just going to be obvious in that so many people are going to get hurt or killed, especially now that Al has kind of lifted his barrier on killing and he doesn't really care anymore. I think it's going to get to a point where, Subaru is going to have nothing else to do but to reset. I could very well be wrong and we'll just have to see. Anyways though, thank you guys for watching. Those are my current thoughts on this phase of ReZero. Arc 9 has been amazing. This phase has been amazing. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to hear about next. I want to do a complete timeline video of ReZero, so make sure to check that out when it's out, and peace.